entering. Feel weird. Oh. Hello, diary readers, new and old, and everyone else in between. Today is Friday, December 1st. It is day one of Vlogmas, LIVEMAS, and Shortmas. You know, I always dive right in. So, hey, welcome in. Come on in. I am trying something different this year. I don't always do this. I've never done this, actually. I've never done this. But I'm going to do not just Vlogmas, but I want to do a live every day because I really love doing lives. And so I want to do it for the first 25 days of December. So we got 25 days of Christmas and 25 days of me going live, doing shorts. I do need to upload a short. Aston, Aston is just, she's a little go-getter. She just, she pushes herself and stuff. So Aston has already been crawling for a couple of months now, and she has lately been experimenting with standing. I'm going to start powdering my face because, yeah. And sorry about the cleavage. I actually have pretty big boobs. But since I'm live, I could not risk the twinsies trying to get their little 5 minutes on camera. So I had to put this little bra on. So we got all this cleavage happening. And now my little chain keeps getting buried in between. Yeah. All right, so what was I saying? So lately Aston has been experimenting with not just standing on her own, but she is so cute. She's been experimenting with walking, and I got it on video because she was doing it all day yesterday. And I was so surprised because at first I didn't get it on camera. And so I finally got it on camera, but it wasn't a good angle because it was where the sun was coming in. But she's been walking a few steps. The most I've seen her do is 6 steps. Her dad counted 6 steps yesterday. So, but I'm super excited because he keeps saying she's going to be walking by Christmas. But I know for sure she's going to be walking without any problems once her birthday hits. Her birthday is in May. So, I'm excited. So, I'm going to upload that short after I do this. Aston is taking her nap right now. And ideally, I'm supposed to be taking a nap with her. But, I had lunch. So I flossed and brushed my teeth. And then I was getting her milk and stuff ready. And I was like, I don't want to lay down for 30 minutes and then have to get back up to do her milk. And then have to get back up an hour later and turn it off. I want to just be able to lie down and, enjoy my nap. Because one thing about me is my mind is always racing. Whenever I'm here, I either feel guilty about taking a nap or my mind races while I'm lying down. I'm just applying primer. This is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. It's gloomy. It's been gloomy and raining all day today. I look freaking fat. If I can be honest, I look freaking fat. So maybe I got my little ghetto rig set up. I'm on the laptop. Oh yeah, I watched my live yesterday. Oh, the laptop, it'd be so jet lagged. A lot of stuff was cutting in and out. Let me see. Let's see how we're going to do. Okay. Because I don't want to look fat. It's this shirt. Okay. Well, I don't want to look freaking fat. Pretend this isn't here. I don't know how to make that go away. Let me see. There. There we go. Okay, boom. So now we don't look super big. Boom. All right, our face is all primed. Now what am I going to do? I'm just going to take my time putting some powder on my face. You know, I'm not going anywhere. Last night I had wanted to go to the gym, but I ended up not going. Let me get my lights back on me. Back on me. Let me see what this, if this helps at all. But then how do I get this? Not me trying to ghetto ring this mess. Whatever. Yeah, so I didn't get to go to the gym last night because my daughter's dad didn't get back early enough, and then I was tired. I was tired by the time he got back, and then Aston wanted to stay up late because she took a late nap yesterday. Yeah, it's really dark because it's so gloomy. I'm trying to think what I'm going to do. I guess I'll just do my eyebrows. But yes, so as you know, I am a vulnerability vlogger. And I just like being just candid and just sharing, you know, what's on my mind and my feelings and stuff. Because one thing about me, growing up, I was very unemotional. Now this looks weird now that I'm looking at it. But then if it's like this, it look too frumpy. I'll just leave it like this. Whatever. Anywho. So yeah, so growing up, I was very unemotional. Like at a super young age, I shut off my emotions. So all of my interactions with other people have always been like transactional. Like I needed people because I like to keep my distance from people because I just didn't feel safe around other people. And so, and I didn't see like a need or a use for them. Like people had to show their purpose, their worth and use for me to be in my life, for me to like be close to them. So with that being said, now as an adult, you know, now that I'm like living more intentionally now, I am living more purposeful. I desire like genuine relationships with people, and like all relationships, not like romantic. I'm talking about like genuine friendships, business relationships, of course, at some point romance, but I'm not focusing on that right now. I need to get, oh yeah, this is almost empty. I need to get some more setting spray. But yeah, so I hope I'm not covering this up too much. Boom, boom, boom. Happy holidays to everyone, whatever you celebrate, because I know we all celebrate different things, and some holidays they last like 12 days, and some like they last more than just one individual day. So happy holidays to everyone, whatever you're celebrating. Okay. But yeah, so the point is, now that I'm like an adult and stuff, I hope I'm not covering up too much of the camera with this big mirror. Oh, goodness. The thing about makeup is like when you be doing it, sometimes you don't like it until you're completely done. And then you like the way it turned out. But I like how brown it looks here. Anyway, yeah. So living more purposefully, intentionally, seeking actual genuine relationships with people. And yeah, so I'm just opening myself up more, but also, you know, I started my therapy and I'm just, you know, growing spiritually and just in every way, mental, spiritual, and I'm focusing a lot on emotional health because, like I said, I turned off my feelings at a younger age, and we actually need our feelings because that's what makes us human. We have to express ourselves, cannot be afraid to feel. And that's one thing. Like I did not want to. Back then I would equate emotions with weakness, like a lot of people do, because that's the deception of the enemy, is to feel is to be weak. But no, to feel is to actually be strong, because you're acknowledging what's going on with you, and you're expressing it and getting it out, and that's a good thing, versus holding it in and hoarding all these feelings and emotions, and then you end up being like passive aggressive or whatever. You get chronic pain disease from holding a lot of stuff in, because you got to get it out. So yeah, anyway, so the point is, boom, 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 boom. I don't know what this, a smudger. I was like, I don't know what I'd use that for. I'm going to use it a couple of times. Boom, 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 boom. I keep forgetting, like, where I'm trying to go. But anyway. So this morning, that's what I was talking about, vulnerability. So the point is, now I'm embracing being vulnerable, because I used to be the complete opposite, really closed off and shut off, and now I'm opening up more, and I'm embracing just being a real human being, because guess what? We are human beings, and we have feelings and emotions, and sometimes they get hurt. Like when I was younger, I would never want to admit that, because that would seem like weak and like embarrassing, like, oh, you're allowing other people to get to you. But it's not even that. It's just simply like, we're human beings, and we are made to love and be loved, and we're made for community. We're made for interacting with each other. We're made for fellowship, of course, fellowship with our Creator, but also fellowship with each other. And so when those bonds are broken, we naturally are going to feel the type of way, because we're not meant for solitude and to be alone. I mean, there is a time and place for isolation. Like, I feel like I'm being isolated right now, because I'm being planted, and I have to, be remade, made whole and stuff. So I am being isolated right now. Like, I'm not talking to any people right now. My daughter's dad finally came to the realization of what I've been telling him for months. And he finally came to the realization, like, he can't try to force a relationship. He can't try to force a family. He actually opened up and was honest with me this morning and apologized to me. And I did tell him, like, a few days ago, I was like, I haven't been able to fully forgive you yet, because, we are back. I had to leave for a minute. We left for like a couple of weeks, because he had spazzed out again and started talking reckless in regards to Aston. And, I believe life and death is in the power of the tongue. So if you start speaking death over a person, I believe that's like you trying to bring that to pass, because our words hold weight. God created the entire universe, all of existence, with his word, with his tongue, and we are made in his image, after his likeness. So naturally what we speak comes to pass. So if you over here speaking death, you try and get somebody murdered out here, So I was like, no. But at the end of the day, Aston still has to get her therapies, and it's here. So, and it's getting cold. It's about to be winter, and I told him, like, we're not about to be doing no back and forth revolving door, like, you said you're going to try to control yourself and make it work, so just make it work. Like, we're just cohabitating for the baby that you wanted so bad. So I'm pretty much out of setting spray, So I have to use a dry sponge because I'm not by a sink to wet it. Yeah. So anyway, so he acknowledged, like, he finally told the truth. And at first, when he was like telling me how he feels, because what happened was last night he stayed out late. And so I was upset because I wanted to be able to get some rest, and I couldn't. I had to wait for Aston to go to sleep, and she didn't go to sleep until close to midnight. So I was upset, and I was upset that I felt like he was being dishonest because he was saying he had not been drinking since we left. And then he got paid, and then he went out and was drinking. But so I felt like, oh, you just were pretending to like change and get better, when really it was just because you couldn't afford to go out and get drunk. Because he has an alcohol problem, so I don't like when he drinks. And he knows I don't like when he drinks. And so I feel like a slap in the face when he goes and drinks anyway, because I'm like, okay, you know I don't like it when you drink, and you're going to go do it anyway. And so that's how I was feeling yesterday, on top of now you're not going to be back on time to let me get some rest so you can help with Aston and I could go lay down. So there's a few different things I was feeling yesterday. So I wasn't talking to him. I was like, keeping my distance from him. And so, he felt bad. And so he opened up and told me why he did that. And so he was like, when he's introverted and stuff, which I already knew. You've been told me that. So he's like, he doesn't really talk to people, even if it's business related. He don't like to talk to people naturally on his own. That's why he drinks, so that he can feel more, loosened up and comfortable, and then he can freely network like he wants to. And he's always been telling me, like, he's not out kicking it and just fraternizing and socializing just for the heck of it. He's always networking, talking to people for business related stuff, but he needs his little mojo to do that. And so I was like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, whatever. And so he also went on to say, like, he knows that, like, he apologized for putting me in this situation because he knew I never wanted, children. I never wanted to be in a relationship and all this stuff. And I mean, we've been talked about this a while back because obviously we had to, because I had to get over myself in order to be the mother I need to be for Aston. So we've been like had this discussion a while back when we were in couples therapy, and even when I was doing my own individual therapy, because one thing I would always blame him, and then both therapists would be like, well, you can't keep blaming him. You gotta take ownership. And I'm like, I felt like they weren't understanding. I'm like, I do take ownership, because I'm like, I always acknowledge my role. I know that I should have been way more firm and non-negotiable about, the protection, because I abruptly got off my birth control, and I told him, you gotta start using protection now, and he didn't always use protection, and I should have been like, hey, this is non-negotiable. Like, if I was generally serious, I would have been like, look, you're not respecting me as a person, you're not respecting my wishes, and you're not respecting my body. So you don't get to experience me in that way. So I could have done that, but, I didn't. Because like I always say, I don't like drama and confrontation. Like, I be trying to avoid problems when really you just create a bigger mess. But anyway. So we've like been talking about that. But he was like, he told me before I got pregnant, he told me years ago, he was like, because he knew I never planned on staying in Chicago. He knew I never planned on staying with him, but he really wanted to be with me. Like, he really liked me. Like, I was different than a lot of women he had been with. And he always said like I was the best, like his best experience. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to use this powder today. Yeah, but anyway, so the point is, he always wanted what he couldn't have. And since he felt like I was slipping away, you know, like once I was like going out there to Arizona, he had been told me, he was like, well, you're gonna have to stay with me if I get you pregnant. And I was like, boy, this ain't the old, like, this ain't the Stone Age, this the 21st century. Like, women, we don't have to stay with you just because you get us pregnant. Like, we will fix that. Like, we'll go, you know, we'll go to a little clinic and get that done with, you know. Or we'll just take care of the child on our own. Like, if we don't want to be with you, we're not about to be with you. I was like, boy, this ain't the 1950s or whatever you thought this was. Think you're going to trap a woman? And so, anyway, I had been told him that. But it was like a joke. But he was actually serious. And so, that's what he was telling me this morning. He was like, he thought the old thought that a lot of oldsters used to think, that if he got a woman pregnant, then she'll have to stay with him. But now he finally realized that was wrong with him to do, and he realized he can't force me to love him and reciprocate the feelings that he has for me. And he just desires to be with somebody that wants to be with him. And years ago, I used to tell him, like, you need to go find somebody that actually want to be with you, like, that actually want to be intimate with you, you know? Like, I used to tell him that because I used to feel guilty that I didn't feel that way and that I was, like, always seeing other people. I was always just spending time with other people. All right, that's good enough. I'm, like, over powdering my face. But, yeah. And so it was nice. It was nice that he, like, told the truth because he was, like, that's what he was trying to do. That was his intent. And it was just the last ditch effort to try to make me stay. Like, he was purposely trying to get me pregnant. Like, he purposely did not always use condoms because he was hoping, ooh, she's off her birth control. This is my shot, you know. And so I like that he apologized and he acknowledged. Like, that was relieving for me that he finally told the truth because I had already known that, you know. And it's not that you need somebody else to come to the realization that they messed up for you to fully forgive them. But I'm just saying, like, it was relieving that he owned up to what he did. And I don't know. Like, it was relieving, but I was really getting heated internally. Like, I was being quiet while he was apologizing and explaining stuff, but internally, like, I was boiling. Like, I was getting real mad as he was, like, explaining everything. And he said he's still going to do his counseling and stuff, but he's not going to, like he said, he knew it was wrong to always try to pressure me to be intimate with him when I would clearly say, like, I'm not here for that. So he said he knew that was wrong. And he just was, like, just finally owning up to everything. And he said he's just going to, like, work on just cohabitating and co-parenting like I've been telling him for months. And he said he wants to just, you know, let it go. Like, stop trying to pursue me and pursue something that's not there. And so I was happy. I was relieved. Let me not say happy because I was upset. I was relieved that he said that. But I was also upset because I'm like, it took you till just now? It took you till just now? Like, okay, I love Aston. She is perfection. But I'm talking about, like, you forced me into motherhood and propelled me into that. Like, you know, that whole little thing. But Uh-oh. Sound like Austin's trying to wake up. But yeah, so at one point I actually did have to tell him to stop. Because he just kept going on and on with his explanation and stuff. And then he was mentioning, of course, since he's not going to try to force things with me anymore, he really likes being with people. He likes being in a relationship. He likes all that lovey-dovey stuff. And so since he finally realized it's not going to happen with me and he still desires it, he's said he's going to finally take my advice and start seeing people. And so he's like, he never did that the whole time he's been with me, and he never wanted to, but he finally came to himself and realized, like, I don't feel the same way that he feels about me. And he's like, and you've been telling me for years to go find somebody. He's like, and I think I'm finally ready to and stuff. And so then I was thinking, oh, great, now he's going to go try to mess with somebody else's life and stuff. Because I told him, you can't be trying to keep jumping from relationship to relationship. You got to work on you first. Like, that's why me, like, I knew I was emotionally unavailable for years. That's why I would always tell guys, I'd be like, I don't like relationships. Because I already knew what was going to happen. The same thing that happened each and every time. They were going to end up hurt because I'm not emotionally available. In order to be present in a relationship emotionally, you got to have emotions. And I've had my emotions shut off at a young age. So I already knew, I'm like, I'm not like other people. Like, I'm not healthy emotionally. You know, I'm good at faking a lot of stuff. But who wants... This is not working. I put too much white powder on. And... okay, this is not working right now. Let me see what we can do. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking. I'm like, oh, now he's gonna go try to harass some other soul, some other perfect, beautiful soul. And so I just was like, okay, thanks for the apology. It's a little too late, being all sassy. And I was like, you need to focus on yourself before you try to get in another relationship, because you just gonna mess with somebody else and hurt them, hurt yourself. It's just very selfish of you to try to do that. Like, of course, we're not perfect. I'm not saying try to be perfect before you get in a relationship, but make sure you're healthy, where you can sustain a relationship. Don't be trying to jump in with all your baggage. How we do sometimes, you fresh out of a relationship and you try to jump into a new one with still the same old baggage. And it's the same old story again and again. Same story, new characters. Like, who's trying to do that? But, we had our little discussion or whatever, because he was commenting back. And I'm like, okay, you're not getting what I'm saying. And so anyway, he went and started getting ready for work and stuff. And then I had to pray, because I don't like being angry. Like, for real, I really don't. I'm not an angry person. I know I have a lot of anger built up in me from over the years and stuff, but I'm not an angry person. I like to be happy. I like to be happy and positive and joyful. So, I had to pray and to just tell God, I was like, Lord, just please take all of this anger and bitterness and frustration that is within me, just remove it out of my heart and take it away. I want to be loving. I want to be kind. I want to genuinely forgive. So I told him, just take all this bitterness, unforgiveness, and anger out of me. And then I started overthinking like I do after I prayed. And I was like, man, this walk of faith is no joke. Like, for real. Like, you got to apologize to people you don't want to apologize to. You gotta forgive. You always have to be doing heart work. You always have to be checking your heart. Let me see what my face looks like in real life, because it looks really bright right here. But the question arises, where are we going? Like, where am I going? Seriously. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah. So I was grateful though for that prayer because at first it felt like it wasn't working and I just was feeling like so defeated. Excuse me, I got to burp. But I was just like feeling so defeated. Like I just wanted to give up because I'm like, this is just too much. Always having to check my heart and make sure it's right and make sure like that I'm forgiven and make sure that I'm doing this and that. I'm like, it's just too much. And so I was spending quality time with Aston while she was getting her milk feeds. And I'm doing her little affirmations like I always like to do in the morning. And I just started feeling really sad. While I was doing her affirmations, I started feeling really sad as I was like saying the things. Because I'm saying the affirmations to her, but like I'm hearing it out loud, so it's like I'm saying it to myself too. And as I'm hearing the words that I'm saying, like you're strong, you're beautiful, you're victorious, you're triumphant, you're all of this, all this stuff that I'm saying. And I just started feeling really sad, so I had to like take a moment to myself, and I just had to take a moment to myself to just like. And it was like after I did that, I felt like this peace. I felt this peace, and I'm trying to say I was gonna put the dot on my face, but I was gonna do that last. It's different not having my what do you call it? My spray. Ooh, maybe I'll use this one since I'm not going anywhere. It's really dark out there. I should turn a light on for Aston so she's not like in the darkness. Okay, good. I had to make sure I wasn't covering anything up. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, so I felt this peace after I took a moment when I was doing her affirmations. And then I just felt this peace. And it was just like, because I was mad. After he apologized and said that, I was mad because I was like, I felt, this is me being real, okay? I felt like, wow, you just got your realization after all of this has happened, after you've done all this to me. And of course, you're apologizing now, you realize what you've done. But it's like now I feel used up. I'm like, man, I just feel like used up and tossed aside, like used goods, no longer good, Just like, wow. Like I let you use up the best, like I don't want to say like the best parts of me, but like when I was still young and stuff and free, and now I'm like, I'm tied down now. Boom, boom. But yeah, so that's how I felt like. I'm like, these were the thoughts that were coming to my mind, like untouchable now, not in a good way, like untouchable in the sense like you used up, and no good for the next person, like the right person, not like the next bum, but like the right person, because now you got this baby, you're a whole mom, and it's gonna be hard doing anything now, And then I just felt like I was really like on my own. Like, man, now you like stuck me with this baby after you finally realized that it was never going to work between us because our relationship was founded on, it wasn't founded on anything good. It wasn't founded on trust. Like it was founded on deception, vanity, selfishness. Is no recipe. Like that's not a good recipe, okay? But that's how I genuinely felt. And it felt good. Like I didn't allow myself to cry, but I allowed myself to feel. And it felt good to like acknowledge how I was feeling and let it out and just not be trying to be fake. Like Because back in the day, I'd be like, oh, try to not let anything bother me. I'm like, I'm just going to acknowledge this and just get it out. I didn't cry, but you know when you're close, like I felt it. But I allowed myself to feel, and I allowed those feelings to come out. Like, yes, this is how I was feeling in that moment. Even though I know it's not true, but that's how I was feeling in that moment. And then it was like something inside me was like, okay, now that you got that out, now we can move forward. And then I got the realization, like, it doesn't matter. Like, I was so over him, like, not in a negative way, but like I was over him in the sense of it doesn't matter what he chooses to do. It doesn't matter what he decides to do with his life. All I can focus on is me. I can't concern myself with how someone decides, you know, to interact with me or how someone chooses to treat me. That's your choice. You know, of course, I'm not going to sit around and let somebody like hurt me. Like, I'll always remove myself from a situation. But I'm talking about, I'm not going to dwell on it. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, because that was always the thing whenever he wanted us to start fresh and just move forward. I would always be like, I can't. Because I would always keep replaying everything he said and did. And then I would feel stupid. I'd be like, do I look like an idiot? Like, I'm not going to sit here and let you try to play me. Like, you're not going to treat me any type of way and talk to me any type of way. And I'm just going to keep running back for more mistreatment. But it was like once he finally came to his realization, acknowledged his doings, and, you know, apologized. And then I came to my realization of it was just a weight lifted. Not like, you know, and I was like, I'm over it now. Like, I don't care if he wants to go and harass all the women in Chicago, that has nothing to do with me. Of course, I will pray for them and pray for him too, that God will change his heart. But that has nothing to do with me. All I can do is guard my heart with all diligence, okay? Like the scripture says, because out of it flows the issues of life. So I'm gonna do my eyes. Trying to see if I should blend it a little more or not. I'm gonna go like this. There. It's like I'm always doing the same look. I just like a nice natural look. But yeah, so that was the piece that surpasses all of this morning. I did get a little upset with Aston this afternoon because she ripped her cord out of her stomach while she was getting her feeds. While I was in the shower, I was upset about that. Because I was like, man, I can't even take a shower without something crazy happening. And so I started feeling, you know, what was me about the whole parenthood, motherhood thing. Like, really, I was just upset about you can't control what happens with the children all the time. Like, a lot of stuff is out of our control. What else? This is just a lash amplifying serum. I poked myself in the eye with it last night, so I gotta be careful. Oh crap. Okay. What else? So yeah, sorry. I got a little upset with that, and I started going down the feeling again, like, oh, this is all his fault. If he never, you know, got me pregnant, I wouldn't have to deal with this. And it wasn't really that I was upset with Aston. I was just upset, like, now she's missing out milk. I don't know how much milk she missed out on. Now I gotta wash her whole entire blanket, sheet, and then the playpen her playpen has a mattress, the mattress has a cover up. I gotta watch that too. And I'm just like, I'm just really upset because I'm like, she needs her milk, she needs her strength and nutrients, she needs to keep growing. I'm like, I don't know how much milk she missed out on. And that's what I was really upset about. And I know she was acting wild and crazy because she was tired. So thank goodness she fell asleep and took her nap. I just had to hold her, but I was really upset. And then I had to remind myself to let it go. To let it go and not dwell and not allow any bitterness to enter into my heart, because the Lord just took it from me. Thank you. But yeah, so I'm gonna let that dry. Now we're gonna contour our nose. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. But yeah, so that is my story of how I finally have been able, and it just happens. So it doesn't mean I'm not going to get like reoccurrences where bitterness tries to creep back in, but that's why we have to continuously check our hearts to make sure we're not accepting it. The one thing people don't realize is a lot of things cross our minds, a lot of thoughts and ideas that are not our own. Just because a thought crosses your mind, that does not mean that that is your own thought. We as people have the power to choose what we entertain. So a thought can cross your mind and you can choose to reject it or entertain it. So that's the thing that people forget, or they maybe just don't realize. Every thought that passes through your mind is not your actual thought. It's not how you actually feel. Let's contour this nose. But yeah, so it's going to be a lot of continuous hard work. I know that's looking a little crooked. I'm going to fix it, but we're not going anywhere. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, it was like really gloomy today. A very gloomy day. Boop, 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 boop. But yeah, so I'm grateful. I love when I feel peace in my heart. I love when I can be forgiving. Let me see. It looks really crooked. So, yeah. And then another thought that came to my mind when I was sitting with Aston and doing her affirmations was, once I was able to receive the weight being lifted off of me and receive, like, it's none of my concern how people choose to treat me. I got the realization, like, I deserve to be kind to myself. Whoops. I was not kind on door, not to my cheek. Jeez. But yeah, I was like, I deserve to be kind to myself, because I know I can do a lot of negative self-talk. There we go. Clean it up. Boop, 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 boop. I know I could do a lot of negative self-talk. And not just that, just mistreating myself in the sense of selling myself short, like spending time with people that I know I'm not interested in, and spending time with people that I know aren't really interested in me. Like, we're just wasting each other's time because we're both mutually using one another. Like, I deserve to utilize my time wisely, choose my group, my tribe wisely, those who I spend my time with. And I deserve to be genuinely happy. Like, I deserve to be in a healthy, happy, functioning relationship where Christ is the head. And like I'm telling you, whenever I would think of like my God sent husband, like my godly husband, I always picture him just like sexy, attractive, chocolate man, like well-groomed, suave, like nice facial hair. Like I like a nice trimmed up beard, looking good, well dressed, put together, but he loves, worships, and serves Jesus Christ, God the Father, and God the Holy Spirit. Like he's with it. And when you got a man of God that loves the Lord and he's led by the Lord, then he can lead you. One thing I was talking to my sister about is, women are only supposed, like godly women, are only supposed to submit to godly men. If that man ain't led by God, you don't need to be submitting to him. Okay, you don't need to be watching that man's drawers or none of that. Don't be giving him no kingly service if he is not serving the King of Kings. Okay? He does not deserve your best. Like the scripture says, you cannot be casting your pearls onto swine. And I have been doing that, but I've purposely been doing that because, like, I always thought like I didn't want to hurt like I always thought I was too toxic for a good godly man. And like my therapist told me, like, you are a high value woman. And it's like when she said that, because I always would think that, like, I would always consider myself a high value woman. Like I would think up here about myself, but also I would have the opposite thoughts. It would be weird. So I'd be like, yes, I know people have to treat me this way, treat me like a princess. But that's how I would act with like men I weren't interested in. But like a real man of God, like a real man that I would be interested in, I'd be like, no, because I would think so low of myself. Like, no. Because I'm like, I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to damage or break or destroy them. And I just would be like, they are off limits, but I can mess with these broken men because I'm a broken woman. But that's not the case. Like, I need to start seeing myself as God sees me, and I need to start being kind to myself, and I need to start giving myself more credit and the benefit of the doubt. And I have to let my eyelashes dry. I asked them to sleep for a good amount of time. I do need to check on her because I don't want her to be up in the dark. Let me go check on her. Oh, I gotta charge this. Charge this. If I'm being honest. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. See, the reason I don't like wearing bras is because I have big boobs, and when you look at me, I look plus size, but I'm not. I'm not plus size. I just have big boobs, okay? But it makes me look hefty. So that's why I don't wear bras. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sitting here waiting for someone. Show me. I said I was going to do a story time. I guess that could be considered a story time. Oh, sorry for covering my face up. I'm still doing it, still covering my face up. I asked Aston is actually sleeping for a good long time. I could have taken a nap with her, but it's okay. I'm having fun doing this. All I have left is blush and highlight. But yeah, I have to be kind to myself. I have to treat myself with more respect. I just have to think more highly of myself and treat myself better. And, I am excited for this vlogmas. This Aston's milk is done. Aston was knocked out, but she looks like she's trying to wake up. So I gotta hurry up. It's that, cover that up. Goodness. No, it's that awkward moment where it looked like she's trying to wake up, but she still sleeps. So let me hurry up. Because she kept looking like she was trying to wake up. Alright, so anyway. You want to know something funny? I don't know if that was last year or early this year, but my last therapist. Oh, wait. Yeah, I think that was my last personal therapist. Yeah, my personal therapist. So I would talk to her about, my issues with my daughter's dad. And one thing I would say, like, I'd be like, oh, I want an alpha male. I want an alpha male. He's not an alpha male. He's not a leader, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know if it was my personal therapist or the couples therapist, but one of them asked me, what does that look like for you? There's like, I think it was my personal, I think both of them probably asked, but my personal went in detail. She's like, what is alpha male? she's like, what is an alpha male to you? And she's like, what does that look like for you? And when she asked me that, I gave it like a generic answer, but legitimately I could not answer because I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what that looked like. I don't know. Like the thing I thought I had always wanted, I don't even know what that looks like. Isn't that crazy? And then I heard this one speaker. And then I heard this one speaker, he was like, women always think they want an alpha male. They want an alpha male. He was like, an alpha male, like in regards to like a lion. He's like, an alpha male is a hunter. He's only interested in the hunt. He's like, he just wants you dead. He's like, what you should be looking for is a leader, you know, like a shepherd, like Jesus Christ, you know. And that is what scripture says, you know, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church, you know. Like the characteristics of a man you should be after are all the characteristics of God in Christ. Yeah, I think Austin, I'm pretty sure she's awake. But I'm almost done, so that's okay. I've seen somebody go like this before, because I have a little extra blush, so put it on your forehead. Yeah, blend it. This is my highlighter brush, but I'll be putting highlighter on my cheekbones anyway, and on my nose, so blend it all out. It's nice to look, you see a difference, like when you actually put some color on your face. But now that it's winter, I feel like I should be using like darker colors. Since I'm almost done, I'm not going to tell a story time. I'll do it next video tomorrow. I was going to do the story time of, I was going to do the story time of when your girl did online dating and I had a boyfriend online. He lived down there. I think he lived like in Houston, Texas. Yeah, he lived in Houston. This was years ago. Years ago, when I was like 19, 11 years ago. Ooh, Aston is awake and she is not about to be waiting around on me, you know? Okay. So now we're just going to do our mascara and then do our highlight, and we are done. Well, I guess since I started talking about it, I'll mention it a little bit. I need to go check on Aston, y'all, because I know she's moving around. Let me go give her a toy or something. Have y'all heard of Miss Rachel? Her speech and swallow therapist mentioned it and recommended we let Aston watch that. Of course, you know, we limit her screen time, but when we do let her watch TV, I put on like Miss Rachel now instead of VeggieTales. I do still sometimes put on VeggieTales, but you know, it's all about development. Like I try to do stuff that's helping her grow more. Of course, VeggieTales is good, you know, good little spiritual lessons. I'm surprised by how many adults I meet that used to watch VeggieTales. A lot of adults that I meet in this day and age, they be like, oh yeah, like when I mention it, like, oh yeah, I let her watch VeggieTales, they be like, oh, I used to watch that. I grew up on that. I'd be like, really? Because, you know, me and my siblings, we used to watch VeggieTales. So it's just interesting. Uh-oh, she's making noise now. She's making noise. She's like, you better not forget about me, mother. Oh my goodness. Why do I keep undressing? I'm back. I'm back. I'm dusting my feet off. That's what I do. Whenever I get into bed, I always dust my feet off. A little habit I developed as a child. Sorry, I keep walking away. I have to tend to Austin because she is awake. She is awake. All right. What kind of lips are we going to do? My lips already look like they're outlined right, but they're not. I don't know why they look like that. That's different. Lip. It's a little too dark. I can be heavy-handed. I'm a little out of breath from running. I really thought my lips were like big, but like in this day and age when everyone's getting lip fillers, my lips are looking smaller and smaller. Like, actually, no, they're not that big. I got Miss Rachel on for asking. I really could keep going because I feel like I should keep going and just do my little story time. And then one time when I had that like online boyfriend when I was 19, but I'm like, maybe I should just wait and save it for tomorrow. But like I keep saying, like I got so many stories, like I could just tell a different story tomorrow. But I never be knowing where to start first. I could do a poll. I could do a poll and ask, what story time should I tell tomorrow? That's the only thing about like when I do my lives, you know, people pop in and then they pop out. But the only thing about not having like consistent people that stay in the live, I cannot ask like the actual use, like in live moment. Because when you guys watch this, you're usually watching it later after I post. I just go live at random times, like when I feel like it. I don't know when is an appropriate time to go live to catch people. Let me look at these eyebrows. I'm pretty much done with my face. Let me blend this out. Oh, yeah, I'm done with my face. I don't know why I still got this powder out. I'm gonna do some more mascara. Aspen in there grunting. She's so cute. So yes. No, I just used this one. Where's the other one? Where's my other mascara? Ooh, maybe I'll do a red lip. Okay, I think this is the other mascara. And that's my red lip I'm going to do. Alright, let's do it. I like a lot of different Christmas songs. Like, I like that song, Do They Know It's Christmas Time at All? I like All I Want for Christmas Is You. I like the Christmas Baby Please Come Home song. I like that Eartha Kitt Santa Baby. I like that one. Yeah, like I've just been playing Christmas songs. I started playing them last month. Also last month, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for me to be like super personal? Yeah, so last month, well, I have not had sex since like the middle of October. So all last month I've been a virgin. And since my daughter's dad is not going to be harassing me anymore, I can go into 2024, purified and renewed, Go into 2024 a virgin again with my renewed kitty. Because one thing's for certain, I cannot be giving this snack to anybody else. I gotta be saving it for my husband. Because let me tell y'all something. Whoever my husband is, he's going to get it all. And we're going to have the best sex together. It's going to be out of this world. All right, let's do these lips. Let me get a little closer. Freaking shirt. There we go. Thumbnail. Again, I asked, where are we going? Where are we going? Where, darling, where? I feel like I should be going somewhere. Pop on a pair of earrings. If you haven't noticed, my ears are not pierced. That's why I never wear earrings. But I do wear clip-ons sometimes. But I never go anywhere. So this is the completed look. Now let me see. Let me see if I'm going to tone these lips down. Or if I'm going to just leave them as is. Tone it down a little bit. Okay. Boom. I think we'll end it here because I want to go spend time with my daughter. All right. I'm supposed to spray my face with setting spray, but This is empty, but this is my favorite setting spray. Not this one exactly. I got this one on Amazon, and I don't feel like this was the real Charlotte Tilbury. But I do love the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Finish Setting Spray. Yes, Airbrush Flawless. Alright, so that's pretty much that. Thank you for spending day one with me. Let's leave it on a good note. Let's not drag it out, okay? We still have another video to shoot tomorrow. And then I already started editing the vlog for tomorrow. And yeah, so I gotta do a short. But this is the look. Boom, 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 boom. Good night, good night, good night, good night, and goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. Thank you for spending time